When we are stressed out or anxious or feeling overwhelmed because of a lot of stuff in our environment, we oftentimes want to just unwind. No, I don't know, go to your house, have a common cup of tea, take a nap, do something that relaxes you. Or other times, some people like to go out with friends. They feel more at ease, like going to the bar after a hard day at work, grab, I don't know, something like sugary, or other people like to drink. But there are some people that don't cope well with the overwhelming presence of socializing or the everyday stressfuls of life. These people oftentimes take very roundabout ways of wanting to unwind or wanting to let out steam. Like, this is what happens with people with addictions, like not only with alcohol or substance abuse, but also with other types of addiction. These tend to happen a lot with people who, like I said, they don't cope well with stress. They feel so anxious about the problems of everyday life that they just want to forget about it through their preference of substance abuse. And this is something that I want to talk about in today's video. If you see the title of the video, yes, I'm still going to talk about Bocchi the Rock. More importantly, I want to talk about the character of Hiyori Kikuri. I think that's her name. Hiyori is someone who has a lot of problems. Hello everyone, welcome to the Psychanime YouTube channel. My name is Alex, and I welcome you back to my channel. If you like my content, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel. For more of my videos, you can also click on the bell on the notification button, so every time I upload a video you get notified. So yeah, like I said in my intro, I want to talk about Kikuri. I'm just going to call her Hiyori. I don't remember her last name. So Hiyori is an extremely weird character to talk about, mainly because alcoholism isn't like my area of expertise, but I do know people in my life that has drunk alcohol before, or I've heard that they have drunk to the point of passing out. These kind of things I've researched about. Not that I have problems with it, because I don't drink, and that's the truth. I don't really drink, only like 2 cups of champagne, and that's like once or twice a year. But Hiyori has a lot of problems with AUD, or alcohol use disorder. She is someone who has, like Hitori, like our main character Bocchi, she suffers from a lot of anxiety on her everyday life, mainly because of her work as the bassist and main like leader of her band. She suffers from so much stress that her only getaway to forget about the stressors and not think about them is through getting drunk, through alcohol. She literally pulls out, the first time we meet her in the anime, the first time Hitori meets her, is her being passed out drunk in God knows where, holding onto a bottle of sake, and then immediately as she regains consciousness and begins to like become more clear, she starts drinking again. She starts taking out all these like little juice boxes of sake, which is a thing in Japan apparently, and she starts drinking again. Like every time she regains some sanity, she starts drinking again. And this is explained by her through her explanation of something she calls the the happiness spiral, which is that when she encounters a problem that stresses her out so much and she starts becoming anxious, she then begins to feel more and more anxious and more stressed. And the more stressed she is, the more she craves alcohol. So she drinks, and then drinks more and drinks more to the point of forgetting about it and becoming happy. And then, of course, she crashes down, and the withdrawal symptoms come crashing down, and she becomes anxious again because she starts remembering what she was anxious about, and other problems start to arise. So the cycle continues on and on and on to the point of becoming like a downward spiral. And this is something that Hiyori acknowledges. She is conscious that she has a problem, but she doesn't want to change. This is something that a lot of people with addictions sometimes battle with. The fact that sometimes we acknowledge that we have problems, but we are so scared of actually doing something about it, or we don't know what to do about that problem. And this is something that Hiyori acknowledges. She thinks that she is happy with this lifestyle. After they meet, she tells Hitori that she wants, when she grows up, when she becomes an adult of legal drinking age, they can go to a bar and drink and tell stories. Of course, later on in the episode, she tells Hitori that it will be really fun to have a drinking buddy, but it's better that she doesn't become like her, that she is her own person. She won't pressure Hitori into becoming something that she doesn't want to, or become someone like her who she wastes a lot of money, not only in her band and her bass, but also in alcohol. She drinks so much alcohol. She's always drunk. Every appearance of her during the anime is her being flat out drunk. Another thing that's interesting about Hiyori is that she is actually a very good mentor, not in the lifestyle choices. Her lifestyle is extremely questionable. Please do not become like Hiyori. She just is in a path of self-destruction, and drinking your problems away would not solve everything. If you are dealing with problems with alcohol or any other substance abuse, or you know a person in your family that suffers from substance abuse, please talk to them, talk to your family, or seek mental health professionals, go to therapy. It will be very nice if that person or you yourself can improve your lifestyle choices, because your problems won't be solved looking at the bottom of the barrel. It's not going to end up pretty, and this is something that Bocchi the Rock acknowledges. Bocchi herself acknowledges that she doesn't really want to have this kind of lifestyle. She doesn't want to become a hikikomori or a shorty in her room, just drinking alcohol all day, lamenting her own life, drinking her problems away and stuff like that. She doesn't want this. I don't know if Hiyori will stay the drunken master all the time in the anime, because we just have season 1. Season 2 is coming, like, I don't know if it's this year or the next year, but season 2 is coming. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know what is going to happen with her character, but right now she is the drunken master, and this is the point that I wanted to talk about, which is that Hiyori sometimes displays a lot of clarity and wisdom towards Hitori. She, like I said, she tells Hitori that she doesn't want Bocchi to become like her. Like, she has to make her own choices. And she gives Bocchi that final push into trying to conquer her stage fright. She doesn't cure it right away, but she pushes Hitori into an improvised, like an improvised guerrilla, which is that they perform like improv in a public space, her with her bass and Hitori with her guitar. And it's something to help Hitori like become less anxious about being in public, and actually stare into the future fans. And she is very supportive of Bocchi in that way. She's like a proud mentor figure who just so happened to have very bad lifestyle choices. And yeah, I just wanted to have that FYI of don't be like the people who are prone to substance abuse. If you have stressors in your life, try to, like, I don't know, have any other hobbies that don't involve consuming things that will damage your body in the long run. Yeah, this thing, Bocchi the Rock, actually gives a lot of commentary on how bands sometimes operate in, like, being in a band is actually very stressful for the people. And not only with Hitori being so socially awkward and anxious that it creates problems, but also Hiyori, who is so prone to anxiety and stress that she feels like the only way to actually do the things that she likes is through drinking. And it's a very nice commentary, and I just love it. Next video is probably going to be more lighthearted. I just wanted to talk about Hiyori. So yeah, take care, bye bye. Also, don't get flat out drunk anytime, because you are going to end up in a ditch or something, like Hiyori, who somehow ended up like a few hours from her hometown. So yeah.